Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a quick summit run just to go over the build. It's an Aegis headshot build. We have predominantly 3 lots of quantum. They're not fully spec'd out, so don't expect them to be like perfect. Ideally, I'd rather these be quantum as well, but the extra damage could come in handy. Okay, so pretty simple. Aegis, armor, headshot damage. This one's actually nice because it's actually max headshot damage, which is cool. Protection from elites. I don't have a 13% on this particular character. I do have 3, but they're on my original primary. Second one is a Fenris chest piece. Headshot, crit chance, protection from elites. Quantum, unbreakable. Well, there's a couple you could probably go with, but I think this is probably the best one. Honestly, it gives you the protection, and it has come in handy several times. Aegis holster, quantum, headshot damage, armor. Harrier's Pride. This one's probably the most contentious take. It's actually pretty good, and it racks up a lot, particularly in legendary content. It's amazing how much this actually triggers off. The only thing that annoys me is that it's only while in combat. I wish they stayed. I think this would actually be, it wouldn't be better, but it'd be pretty close to it if it actually stayed and kept going rather than actually just early in combat. That's the big mistake. Gloves, armor, headshot. Knee pads, armor, headshot. Shield and foam. For the weapons, I'm using interchange and the bighorn. Interchange simply because it gives me the buff. Go through here, makes it easier. So when I switch to it, 13% rate of fire, 12% weapon damage, 10 seconds, and then I swap from it to the bighorn, I get 5% rate of fire and 4.5% weapon damage for 10 seconds. That is not chicken feed and quite handy. All right. And obviously quick step because I like to run fast. All right, everything else is broken down. So I'm running gunner as well for armor regen, for additional armor on kill. And stability perks, you could do a couple different ones. You could actually run survivalist, and you could run the sniper one as well. I just find the gun. It's also good for additional ammo as well. All right, let's rock and roll. I'm just going to run naked summit in legendary, so we'll make it nice and easy. I'm just going to record the first 3 rooms, and we'll go from there. I have run this previously with the full proper like armor regen Aegis build. I feel this is probably a little bit more aggressive. It needs to be a little bit more handy on what I'm doing. So let's rock. Do I get rogues? Nope. Okay. But as you can see, absolutely shit ton of armor. All right. Oh, it's one of these ones. This is easy. Probably my favorite easy floor for legendary. Make sure I haven't missed a key. Cool. this. Oh, what? How'd you miss that? That was rude. Clear, not too bad. Weapon damage is definitely a lot better. Which means I have to waste less of mags on them. Okay, I just gotta check something. Just 1 second. Okay. Keep an eye out for the key. Oh, another one. So, yeah, we're getting easy ones at the moment, which, look, I'm not lying, I'm not complaining. I would like to see some heavier combat. I should actually point out the modifiers as well. I'm using the turtle shell, Hasbro, Viper Bite, Contagion. There isn't much else you could do. Unfriendly Fire if it was hyenas. Spark and Flame isn't bad, but Inoculate's really only for Dark Zone. Immune Response isn't too bad. In fact, if anything, that might actually be better than Sand and Stone. But Hasbro is actually quite handy against the annoying against these bastards. So we're going to switch over to this. Hey. Literally. It helps clear it out too. So now we're going to use this one to really balance it out. There seems to be a weird situation where if you use the special ability, it actually keeps you relatively well protected. So yeah, interesting. Doesn't protect from losing your shield in that regard, but there we go. So yeah, it holds up pretty well. And to be fair though, I've been getting some relatively light combat situations for a legendary summit. No card yet. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Makes life a little bit easier. Jammer, yuck. This is the one where it gets a little bit sketch. All right. I guess with that problem. Actually, swing to a better weapon that can handle this. That's better. You were. Okay. That was a little bit more challenging. I think this is the key part. Like, the Hasbro is actually quite handy. It helps reduce problems like, you know, that, which can be very problematic, like the EMP thing. Okay, I want to get in there with the bonus armor because it's actually quite good. Go around, toast him. Get rid of him. Set him in by the extra armor coming in handy, as well as didn't get enemy spammed. There we go. That was a little bit more challenging. Okay, so I'm on level 89, so you know what? Let's go for a level 90. So I think that'd be actually worthwhile. First, we have a crate to go through. Now, something else I will mention. I've been using prototype builds to go through Summit, and it's been doing me all right. It's been doing me very all right, to be honest. These Aegis builds have been absolute champs. So, boss levels always tend to be a little bit harder. We're at level 90 now, so, and I've pretty much done, I think, I'm going to say 80 levels in as legendary, not heroic. I think I did like 5 or so, maybe 10, just as like hard or something, just to get through the 15. But yeah, this one's been majority of it has been legendary, just to test out builds, prototype builds specifically. Now, something that Plum's mentioned, he likes to have a bitch about, Plum Conch. He's all right, I give him that. But it's mostly Quantum that's carrying the ball here. And to be fair, he's not that wrong. But at the same time, it's a combination of things. It's not just Quantum. Snipers are the other big problem with this build, as they can chop a lot of your armor in very short time. Oh shit, what did I waste that for? I've got to wait for that to come back. Oh. Alright, time to pop that. Get through that fucker. Get this. So the sniper's over here. The red bar is so annoying. Makes it so hard to do fucking shit. Oh, hello. Hey, another big horn. Hello. That's the second boss floor that I've picked up a big horn. Nice. I'll take that. Let me just go have a look here if there's anything. A mask. Did I get a slide? No. Yep. That is very nice. Second big horn. To be fair, I don't need the big horn. I can make it, but it's nice to have. Okay. This has actually been pretty straightforward, and I would hope that it shows off the ability for this particular build. I would argue if you want a more offensive style, this is the way to play it. If you want a more tankier build, and to be fair, this is not a tanky build. This is actually a resistance build, and there is a subtle difference, and that's something that needs to be pointed out. The argument that Plum's going to put, it's a fair argument. Quantum carries the Aegis build, and he's right, it does. But it doesn't work as well with other builds. So if you're running all quantum strikers, it won't be as good as Aegis. And the simple reason being is if quantum doesn't fire for a bit, you're pretty much toast. And it is random. The thing about Aegis is it gives you the defensive buff. Harriet's Pride is not a bad backpack. The problem is that the backpack slot already has two amazing pieces with it, Memento and Ninja Bike. And both of them are pretty mandatory in certain situations. If this, I would argue, like this isn't actually that hard to trigger. And we saw it level up quite a few times. If it stayed with you during outside of combat, it would be awesome. And the thing is, getting kills and hitting enemies in 3 times builds red stacks. Each stack provides 0.5 weapon damage. You get hit 3 times builds blue stacks. Each stack provides 0.5 damage resistance. Upon reading 80 stacks in total, lose all stacks and receive separate bonuses of 0.5 damage resistance per stack, red stack, and 0.5 weapon damage for blue stack until the next time the stack cap is reached. Thing is, it doesn't actually say about losing the stacks, but it does. I think that needs to be changed. It needs to make sure that the stacks remain while you're out of combat. And that way it actually becomes insanely good. In theory, you're more likely to get about 40 stacks red, 40 stacks blue. In legendary content, you're more likely going to get more blue than red. That's a good thing because it means when it does trigger, those blue stacks turn into red stacks, which means you have more damage. So the more damage you take ends up meaning the more damage you are actually able to output. And that's not a small thing. That's something to be very, very mindful of. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I am Casparian X, A grade, a-hole, but also a bit crazy as well. Often hang out with Plumconch. Check him out as well. YouTube, Twitch, the whole thing. I think he's on Insta as well. As much as I give him shit, he's a good guy. Well worth a watch. But anyway, we're going to do some more of these videos. I'll probably do a legendary run on DUA, and I'll probably try and do all the legendaries solo. I can do DUA comfortably with both builds. And I think the other ones will be possible as well. I will actually also do one where I'm not running the modifiers, because I think it's important to actually watch how the modifiers make a difference. In this situation, it's not really a defensive or offensive buff, it's more of an assist. And I think that's probably an important part. And without the modifiers, you actually then don't get, what do you call it, staggered or anything. So there is that. Yeah. Peace out.